Dark Crisis, issue number 2, the summer event of DC continues. And I say summer event when it's probably just going to bleed over into fall. Because this is issue 207. There's obviously a lot going on here. And this issue, I think it's good, but I hesitate to say it's the best event we've seen from them so far. I like what this is doing, though. I think everything is working well for it. It's going to a bunch of really interesting areas that I'm genuinely impressed by. Daniel Semper is doing some great artwork here. Joshua Williamson is obviously pulling the weight of some pretty intense storytelling. It's just a lot of, like, so far schluck, and I think that's okay. I kind of just hope it gets to be more deep, and I guess it's deep enough that the Justice League are dead, but they're not dead. So far, 2 issues in, no real casualties, but I guess that could be attributed to the idea of legacy, in a sense where it's like, even if we killed them, they just find a way to come back. So if there is any major deaths in this book, it better be one that resonates. I don't know. I guess we'll see. So we open up this book and we are seeing this history lesson a little bit in the stylings of George Perez. You see some lettering saying the first 2 panels are kind of like Perez inspired because Pariah is thinking about his world again. And he's like, my world fell, so this one could exist. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. Let's get into the book because the rest of the book is pretty much just a special look at Dick Grayson being the ultimate hero he can be. His Titans Academy was kind of blown up. His students are pulling him out of the fray, but they're attacked by a bunch of other villains. And you see Dick is not dead. I kind of thought he was going to be dead. Garfield's not dead either, so Beast Boy is still alive too. You'd think they're going to be dead, but they're not. So Dick's trying to protect his kids before anything happens to them. He takes out a couple of villains on the way, but as they go into the main room, all the other heroes are being accosted by Slade and his big old batch of villainy, folks. And you see Slade's just like, yeah, I was pretty much planning this from the beginning. It's not just here we're doing this. Across the bloody world, we got targets on everybody, so you ain't slick, kid. Here's what the thing is, though. This isn't about them. This has always been, always will be about you, Dick Grayson. You are the first one. You're the most important one. You are Nightwing. You are the legacy of legacies. You're one of the only sidekicks who got to grow up and be a character. This is all about you. We're going to make an example out of you, and because Slade's, like a proper gentleman, but still a pedophile, he is, going to do the honorable thing, let Dick get his sticks, and they're going to have a fight. And I don't hate it. I think there's a lot of history built into this fight. It is drawn really well. It looks really cool. It's just a slap fight. There's no real tension to it, I think, because they're not going to kill all these new characters, all these students, because it would just feel empty, and it's almost one of those things where you can't get Dick back from that. So they're not going to do it. So you see, round 1, Slade actually loses the fight, but he's like, all right, you want to do round 2? Let's do it, kid. Let's go. But Dick's like, fine, do it. I'm not fighting you, man. If you want to do another round, let's just do it. Beat me up now. And you see, something is about to come hit Dick, but in comes John Kent, Superman, to save the day, and the dynamic duo ride again as they're punching their way through all the villains. They think they're doing a good job, but you don't count out Slade Wilson. No, he accounted for the Superman, and he has his own Superman and Cyborg Superman. So while Slade is kind of beating up Nightwing a little bit, John is going to be fighting Cyborg Superman, and it just looks spectacular. It's beautiful art, very well done. Just people screaming at John that he's not his father. I know we have to hammer that point home, but I think we could do more with it. I understand why we're doing it. I just think, come on, there's more stories to be told than just having them not be his father. It's cool, and if Slade's like willing to end the fight and just have Dick be the image, like the poster boy for the legacy death, he gets a call from Pariah like, bro, you can't kill him. Okay, you just can't kill him. And Slade's kind of pissed off about that, but he reluctantly agrees, like, okay, so we can't kill him. Let's get on our way. They just leave Titan's Tower in ruins. But it's just kind of like, here you go, Dick. Here's the consequences of your actions. As that fight's going on, we see that Cyborg manages to help John take down Cyborg Superman. And the 3 of them just kind of like stand together, seeing the destruction that was left behind at Titan's Academy. All these people kind of broken, all these people defeated. Some gorilla kid is like, I ain't fighting over this. I'm not going to be a superhero. Ain't worth it. It's open season on heroes. It's not worth my life. So a gorilla kid's leaving. Okay. As John and Dick brood for a minute, here comes Black Adam to be like, I was right about you. You cannot lead the Justice League, Kal-El. You're done. Like, you can't do this, John. You're done. But Nightwing, you're pretty good. Although this is all your fault. Every piece of destruction and anarchy you see, the possible insanity that happened with Garfield, that's on you. This all comes back to you, and John just kind of accuses... I kind of like this moment. John just kind of accuses Black Adam, like, why weren't you here to stop it then? It's like, boy, do you have any idea what is going on throughout the rest of the world? This happened in my nation. This is happening all over the place. You are not special for this. This is happening everywhere. So get in line and get used to it, kid. This is where things are about to get real intense. And I think that's kind of cool. Makes for some great stuff. I love Black Adam. Like, I guess I'm going to have to step up and be the hero of this world because I also have a movie coming out this year. But in that movie, I will probably not be portrayed as I am being portrayed in this comic book. So cool. Black Adam's going to step up and be a hero. That's kind of fun. Dick and John are going to learn a lesson. That's also kind of fun. We cut to some far off place in space where a soldier or a human prisoner is just kind of like running around, taking out some people. I think I know who this is supposed to be, but I don't want to say it until they reveal it later. And of course, yes, it's Kyle Rayner. Where has he been for the last little bit? Who's to say? I love my favorite trope about this entire story is something that's emulating throughout DC Comics at the moment. It's that Hal and Kyle and all of like some people's favorite Green Lanterns just don't know what's going on in the rest of the DC universe. So, yeah, let's recap the last issue for Kyle now. We just recapped it for Hal. Hal's out here like, hey, it's all hands on deck, buddy. You got to put on your ring. You got to come out here and help us now, dude. Okay? You've never met Joe before? Well, here's Joe. This is the situation, bud. Let's get to it. Let's get working. Pick up our boots and get to the work, dude. Come on. The great darkness is upon us. Here's the Green Lantern Corps. And it just ends with like, look, put on the ring. You're part of the Green Lantern Corps again. Cool. It feels kind of hollow just because I'm like, this is so forced. It's like, I know there's like stories going on with the Green Lanterns right now, but they're so out of touch with everything going on that I just don't care. And I guess again, Kyle does represent that weird part of Legacy where he was on a very prominent Justice League team, but he's kind of just been forgotten to like the sidelines recently. I never really consider him in like Dick Grayson's era of Legacy, but I guess he would kind of be with the way like stories are being told in this. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. I really think this issue hit a lot of sweet spots and also just kind of made me go, oh yeah, this is just not much of anything. The Great Darkness is kind of like a nothing villain. The idea of like the legacy-ness it's very interesting, but I don't know. Is this going anywhere really exciting? It's kind of introducing cool concepts. But so far, it's just like we're preparing for something that hasn't come yet. It's kind of death metal in that sense where, like, if you go too big, how do you really pull back and tell a compelling story? But I guess so far, I'm not unimpressed. I'm just like, cool. This is exactly what I expected. And that's fine. The artwork is great. The writing is strong. The portrayal of Dick Grayson and Slade Wilson's relationship is very compelling. All that stuff is really cool. So yeah, there's something to be said here. And it's nice to see a bunch of characters on a panel that are all drawn well. That's kind of cool. That's really cool. It just looks like there's a lot of effort put into this book. Hopefully it stays that okay. I don't know. It could be fun. But so far, I'm mildly entertained. And that's something, I guess. That's something. So Dark Crisis issue number 2, I am going to give a 7 out of 10. Now thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.